Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Inventory Genius podcast. I'm your host, Ciara, and we've been making our way through my new book, Business Genius, over the last several weeks. I'm really excited about this third in the Genius series because unlike Inventory Genius and Profit Genius, the Business Genius book also dives into more operational parts of the business. So not just financial and numbers related items, tasks, and conversations, Business Genius also taps into things like time management, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Business Genius, Chapter 5, Time Management. One of the core components of my Inventory Genius framework is the Money Mondays routine. Every Monday, every client is required to spend about 10 to 15 minutes gathering the numbers from the week before and inputting them into what we call a shared workflow. They then take 5 quick minutes to assess their business from these simple entries that they've made. You might be wondering, when entrepreneurs are already flush full with daily projects and long to-do lists, why on earth would I add to their weekly list by requiring them to review their systems every Monday and record key data points into a spreadsheet? Here's why. Because Money management begins with time management. Since I stuttered there, let me repeat that. Money management begins with time management. Mind blown? Yeah, I get that. I was surprised too when I started first observing this phenomenon among my clients. The first thing I noticed was that almost every client who came to me in financial distress was also out of sorts when it came to their time. No rhythm, no routine, working 24/7, always on call and in demand. No separation of business and personal, no boundaries, nothing that set a routine for their day. They were feeling constantly distracted and pulled in 1 million directions. And I started to think, is this related to how out of control their finances are as well? If they're chaotic in their time and chaotic in their money, are these two things related? And then I began to see that if they would start to, and when they started to organize and rule their time, their finances began to fall in line as well. Let me give you an example. So we're going to talk about Kat. Kat came back after a hiatus from the program for about 4 or 5 years. She had first joined my coaching program when I had initially launched, and after one season in the program, she graduated, and I didn't hear from her again. Until I did. I was hosting a virtual masterclass talking about inventory management and cash flow. At the end of the 4-day event, I invited anyone interested to enroll in the program so we could work on creating a 12-month profit, budget, and debt payoff plan. Kat signed up for a consult. "Do you remember me?" she asked. Of course I did. It was so nice to hear from her. "What's on your mind?" I asked her. Kat walked me through the several years since we had last worked together. She had opened a third location, piled on debt to fix cash flow problems, or so she thought, and had found herself in dire straits. Now, this was not I would kind of like to clean this up a little bit type of project. No, this was going to be a full-on rolling into the ER, bleeding out cash type of project. So I onboarded her, took a look at her systems, processes, debt load, and business structure, and then guided her in making a plan. To succeed would require dedication, focused planning, and time management. She would need to fall into a Money Mondays rhythm immediately. We would need to start preparing to close a location and consolidate her debt. We didn't have the luxury of kind of sort of showing up. She would have to show up and do everything I told her if she was going to make it out of this alive. And she did. From the moment she signed up, she expected an ROI out of the program and out of herself. And she knew that she would get that return on her investment if she organized her time and went to work. And trust me, when you're bleeding cash, paying for a consultant is the last thing you really want to do. But those who organize their time can organize their finances. I want to be clear about that. Those who organize their time can organize their finances. Those who cannot control their time find it very difficult to control their financial spend. Time and money, my friends, go hand in hand. So Kat put Money Mondays on her non-negotiable to-do list. She completed her weekly financial tasks. She put her coaching calls with me on the calendar and showed up on time. She joined the group calls. She met her deadlines for getting information to the bank so that she could get the debt reconsolidated. By the way, following our debt payoff plan, Kat was able to reconsolidate her debt and put another $10,000 in her bank account every month. This allowed her to stress less about sales and to snowball the rest of the debt because of this new cash rhythm. Just a side note there because I'm so excited for her. So, what is it that makes time management and cash management most often go hand in hand? At their core, they require similar skills and habits. Time management requires prioritizing tasks and allocating your energy wisely. Cash management requires a budget, prioritizing spending, and allocating money to realize goals. People who can hone their skills of prioritizing and planning can apply these skills across both time and money. Learn one, learn the other. Another reason those who become disciplined with time often become disciplined with their money is that managing both time and money requires the doer to delay gratification when it comes to either time spend or money spend. I'm going to reread that. Another reason that those who can become disciplined with their time can become disciplined with their money, and most often do, is that managing both time and money requires the doer to delay gratification when it comes to either time spend or money spend. Learning self-control will spill into all areas of your life. Alternatively, if you have to check your phone every time you get a notification, if you let your team dictate your day, if you constantly flip from one task to another and never finish anything, those same bad habits will spill into your financial tasks. As soon as you have $1 in the account, you're going to spend it. You'll let your team or vendors tell you when or how to spend your money, and you will set goals and never accomplish them. Finally, both time management and financial management require creating repeatable systems. Get up, take 30 minutes for quiet time, block an hour to outline goals, check email for 20 minutes, and so forth and so on. This same mindset and rhythm will flow into your money habits. Look at your numbers each day. Track your KPIs and adjust based on their performance. Track profit into your savings account. Look at your month-end financials and find red flags or early wins. People who struggle with time or money often lack structure and focus. They live reactively instead of with intention. And most important, they chase short-term comfort over long-term success. Learn to manage your time, and you will learn to manage your money. So today I want to just talk a little bit about that chapter because I want to encourage you. I want to go back to what I said at the very beginning of the chapter, that most often when people come to me, we are in financial stress, financial chaos. We don't know where the money's going. We don't know how to read our financials. We don't know how much inventory we should have or where we, spent the last dollar of inventory. When should I mark it down? When should I bring it in? We don't know what we should be focused on when it comes to cash flow or profitability. And when they come to me in that financial chaos and we start to break down what's going on in their business, I see time and time again that their time is in chaos too. They're working 24/7. They're answering the demands of everyone else's schedule instead of their own. There's no real rhythm. There's no real structure around their day. And so if that's you, I want to tell you that you can change these habits. You can learn to manage your time, and those skills that you're going to learn are going to spill into your financial rhythms as well. And alternatively, if you are working on your finances like Kat did and doing the activities that are required that go along with cleaning up your financials, understanding your numbers, managing your money, those skills are going to spill over into your time management also. And so this work that we have to often do when it comes to money, this ugly, icky, yucky work we have to do, is not only going to strengthen your bottom line, it's going to build character into you as a leader of your business and in your home and in your community. You're going to learn to say no to things, to put boundaries around things. So a business budget is essentially just putting boundaries around our money. When we spend it, how we want to spend it. If you can learn to do that and hold to those boundaries, you're going to be able to do that with your time. boundaries around how you spend your time, who you spend your time with, what you say yes to, what you say no to. It's the same thing that we're doing with our money, right? And so I'm so excited for you to continue this work with your cash because I know that the outcome of that work is going to create more calm in your life overall as those principles and those skill sets spill into how you manage your time and vice versa. I'm just really excited about this for you because when I get to see the progress that someone like Kat made in her business in such a short period of time, it gives me the ability to offer you even more hope than I could offer you yesterday. That we can fix whatever problem you have going on. We can solve any crazy situation that's going on in your business. And as we do that, we can create more calm and more space for you to just really lean into and love your business again, to spend time with your family, to invest in yourself. You guys, it all goes hand in hand. Time management and money management often go together. And when you have chaos in your money and chaos in time, those two things are coexisting for a reason as well. So we want to create the principles and the discipline and the rhythms in our everyday financial life so we can bring those into our everyday time management as well. All right, I would love to work with you. Head over to ciarastockeland.com where you'll find multiple ways that we can work together, whether it's through the Inventory Genius Academy or through my Inventory Genius Mastermind program, which has helped so many business owners like Kat and just like you. I would love to help you as we build the best possible year coming up in 2026. CiaraStockeland.com, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Fill out an application or jump on a consult call. Let's talk about your business, what you have going on, where you can be. I want to show you the possibilities of what it's going to look like when you get your money and your time under control. All right, bye for now. See you next time.